Gil, Koga, viewers, what if I were to tell you that Nen is real?
All right.
And we're live with I'm not going to bother trying to pronounce this, but the Cuthulu tier is what we'll call it.
The picture is of Cuthulu,
today-
so we just say it's a Cthulhu
Yeah.
tier.
Yeah, we just call it, yeah. Anyway, today, Pika will be reading this. So, if anybody has anything they want to say, go ahead. But otherwise, I reckon we should just start.
Yeah, let's just get straight into it. Got to be very YouTuber like there.
Just jump into this.
Let's just jump right into it. All right, first up.
Smash like and subscribe.
That is apparently what's first in the Cthulhu tier. Thank you. All right. As we were saying, let's just hop straight into it. All right. First, John Freaks. Now, you might be thinking, Dawn Freaks. Oh, no. John Freaks with a J. Like the regular name John, but it doesn't have an H in it, which is really fucking weird. John Freaks.
I mean,
Alright, well,
yeah, you could say.
I looked it up.
Oh, you
I
did.
looked it up on Google because I have no idea what this is talking about. And it's just some artist that's a Hunter fan who's named
John
himself
Freaks.
that. I'll keep looking it up.
I mean,
Well, shout out to John Freaks then.
I mean,
Yeah, shout out, brother.
you could say John Freaks. You could say, Mon Freaks, Non Freaks, Con Freaks. The list goes on.
True. I agree with that Gone Freaks one.
Bon Freaks is my favorite.
Oh. Well, I don't think we have anything else to say.
No.
Should we just move on? All right. Next.
Yeah, I have I have no idea what this could be referring to.
Yeah, I think this is just a reference to that artist you mentioned.
Oh,
Oh, actually, wait, hold on. Before we move on, what does John Freaks draw, like, necessarily?
Just random manga stuff.
Ah, okay.
It's like it looks like panel redraws. So like what would you call it? An intermediate. I can't say that word. Intermediary artist. Somebody who's getting into it and is starting to like copy things at a good level. Go check him out.
yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he apparently appeared on the Iceberg, so apparently his shit must be somewhat good.
Or maybe he's just self-advertising. Weird chant.
Yeah, it would make sense why he's so low on the so deep in the iceberg. But anyway, I think we should just move on.
Yes, let's
Yeah, that's
All
good.
right, next, Nanika's power limitations.
Yeah, interesting.
Uh,
What are
okay.
So is
interesting.
this-
Yeah, there was Nanika's weakness was earlier on the Iceberg.
Right now, is this
So-
implying Nanika's known limitations or unknown limitations? Because with unknown limitations, it could really be anything. There's just so many possibilities that we can come up with. Let's say some possible ones that have maybe some type of evidence within the manga. However, there isn't anything too concrete, if you know what I mean.
yeah?
I'm guessing that this could be referencing like that one limitation that she has where it's like she's not very good at healing. She's very good at like destroying or like creating, but she's not very good at
Oh
healing.
yeah,
Yes.
Maybe you could extrapolate something from that.
true.
Like you could kind of gain some insight into some more of what the limitations would be from that. But that would be my guess. Like this is kind of referencing like an extrapolation
What about
from that.
the scale of it? If we're talking about like the limit of its scale, like let's say Nanika make me a planet, kind of thing.
Right. I mean, what would you do
Yeah.
to pay for that contract, to pay for that wish? All right.
Yeah.
What could you possibly give for that? The
you
great
need
example.
to-
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's interesting. You need to get the same amount of energy from somewhere else, I guess. I guess it would work out like that. I don't know.
You
So
then have to
maybe,
proceed to. You
or
then
is
proceed
it?
to have to kill all of the creatures in the Dark Continent and the human world.
Yeah, and
No,
yeah,
what you do?
is that
You
even
just get the
possible?
Infinity Gauntlet, and then you just Thanos snap it.
Yeah, Thanos snap. I can see, yeah, Nanika Thanos snapping. Make me a planet, Nanika. No problem.
Is that going to be the thumbnail? It might have to be the thumbnail.
Yeah, we might have to get you on that, Koga.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
I think we should just move on.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, next, Sailor Moon Resonance. I have not watched nor read Sailor Moon, so I do apologize. Do you guys know anything about Sailor Moon?
No, I haven't watched
I know
it.
that Togashi
Not really.
married the creator of the author of Sailor Moon. I know that, and that there are references to Sailor Moon in the manga and the anime. But if the resonance, I think, usually is said like to, let's say, characters or other entities in a story. Correct?
Yeah, like a similarity or like echoes of some kind of quality in both of the series, which I wouldn't be surprised, obviously.
Right.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know enough about Sailor Moon to really like say, oh yeah, it could be like this specific thing.
Yeah.
But you know, maybe there are similarities.
Yeah, I don't know what resonance stands for really. Uh, like, yeah, I guess it's similarities or resonance with Hunter x Hunter. I guess that's what they're trying to get at here.
Yeah, something like that, I reckon.
Mm.
And this theory just comes from Togashi being married to the Sailor Moon
Yeah.
creator. I feel bad saying like Togashi and then Sailor Moon creator and not like knowing
Now,
her name, but I just
Takeuchi, I
don't.
think.
Sorry. Yeah, I think that is it.
I apologize for not being a true fan. Apparently,
Yeah, maybe we need to watch Sailor Moon and like review it or something.
We
Yeah.
need
There's a
to
shit ton of
dive
episodes.
deeper into Hunter x Hunter lore.
Oh, on the topic of reviewing, Koga, we did get a comment about the Russian version that definitely gave some insight to
Yes, we
what
did.
about it from I think it was on the Transcendency tier episode. Let me just pull it up right now, actually, since I have it with me. Oh, it was by Svetlana Riva. I apologize if I butchered that or if that was wrong, but
Shout out.
yeah, complete shout out to you. You definitely did give us the inside scoop from Russia about the Russian dub that we had no idea about. So, thank you for that. Maybe we'll have to review the one that you did recommend to us. We might have to do that. That is, of course, if we reach that like goal. But I think we should just get back on topic now. Just a quick shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything to say about this resonance thing. I don't know what else to say about it. So I think we should move.
Yeah, I think with the amount of knowledge that we
Ooh.
have, we covered as much as we could.
Yeah.
Alright. This next one is going to be
Here we go.
amazing. Oh, that voice crack. Perfectly fitting with the topic of this. All right. Gil, Koga, viewers. What if I were to tell you that Nen is real?
Sistema!
Nen is
Oh,
real,
John.
folks. All right. You cannot disagree with the amount of evidence, video recordings, etc., that there has been to document the existence of Nen and Ara in our very dimension. You cannot change my mind.
Okay, so if Nen was real, we would have seen evidence of it by now, like 100%. Nen is so exploitable that we would have seen evidence of it if we're drawing like one-to-ones with the Hunter universe here. So if Nen is real and we're taking that into account, perhaps the world order, the governments have come together and created like a huge Nen suppressor, like a worldwide suppressor that suppresses the population's Nen output. Maybe it's like what they put in our foods or something that stops us from being able to see it or use it.
Think about it.
Who knows? But
think about this. Here's a global alliance.
Maybe that's why people want to go to space. All these billionaires trying to escape.
True.
Because they want to go unlock their Nen.
But then also it's this, right? Think about NATO. Think about how many countries that is involved with NATO, right? It could, right? According to last episode of the Iceberg Chronicles, we discussed about how there was a potential Nen atmosphere in the Hunter universe. What if, right, the Nen atmosphere was actually true in our world, right? And it's like what you said. The governments actually have a type of suppressant for the aura that it contains, right?
I'm following, yeah.
Right, but don't forget, civilians and non-Nen users who don't have their aura nodes open can't see Nen, right? So if all of us are not Nen users, we can't see it. We can't see the effects of it. If I conjured chains right in front of you and you weren't a Nen user, you wouldn't be able to see it, right?
Well, you can see conduit.
Well, yeah, but you get my point, right? You can't see. Let's say if Gon used Jajunkin with rock, right? You won't see the aura that's emanating from his fist. That's a better example. Thank you for correcting me there. Besides the point, that completes the entire theory, I think. I think that Nen is real was missing the Nen atmosphere theory. And you know what?
Yeah, so
spread the word.
If
Nen
our
is real.
atmosphere is deteriorating, then it's not carbon emissions that's doing that. It's not global warming. It's not any of that. It's us being suppressed, our spirits, our collective aura that creates the atmosphere of our planet. That's slowly being deteriorated because the government is suppressing our aura.
That is true.
We figured it out, guys.
That's why we haven't been able to heal Togashi's back yet. That's why.
And that's why the billionaires who have all the oil companies and like the carbon emissions and shit, there's a big scheme to point towards carbon and say, hey, this is what's causing the deterioration of our atmosphere. But those are the guys who know the secret. They know that Nen is real, so they want a monopoly of the Nen.
It's like the Hunter Association.
Fivehead.
It's the CIA.
God.
It all connects. Wait a second.
True.
The CIA and the FBI want to keep Nen a secret from the population, just like how Joe Biden
and they trained
the
Togashi
CIA,
and his.
It's just like how Joe Biden and the CIA are keeping the other volumes of Hunter x Hunter hidden in the Department of Defense. Oh my God, we are actually solving this here in live, folks. You must. This is just
it's
insane.
all connected.
Yes, exactly. Now I see it. That's why everything didn't make sense before on this iceberg. Once we saw and made the connection that Nen is indeed real, we were able to put everything together. Wow. I'm astounded. I'm amazed.
This episode is already amazing, and we're only 13 minutes in.
I know, exactly, right?
Can you believe that?
Exactly. So,
incredible.
Remember, viewers, leave a comment down below about what Nen type you are. If I see any people that claim that they're a specialist, I'll just call bullshit straight away, unless you provide some proof. All right? Because I'm so quirky. I'm a specialist. Get the fuck out of here with that. I want to see some proof.
Shut the fuck up.
Water divination test. Let's go.
Okay, emitter.
What? All right.
All right. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, we need to move on. We're going to the insanity. The writings of the madman.
You guys got
we need to move on
into that. Nen is real.
yeah. We really opened Pandora's box.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna post this, and then we're gonna get some suits knocking at our doors.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you guys, but probably for me. Yeah, actually, for you guys, it'll just be your respective secret agencies of your country.
Yeah.
So
I will have literally koala from Hunter x Hunter.
right. I mean, I'm on the black whale, so I don't really know who would be the one doing that, but considering I am one of the suits, but we'll just ignore that for now. So
I mean, you're on the inside circle, so
Right.
it'd be you knocking on our door.
exactly. But you know what?
Anyone
Because we're doing the
listening to it.
podcast together, I'll let you free.
Yeah.
We're podcast hunters. All right, moving on.
Fair
Back
enough.
back on topic.
Yeah.
All right, next. Hunter x Hunter negative volume.
Ooh.
So this was seen. I think that
So-
this idea stems from the fact that there's a volume 0, which is Kurapika's memories, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But however, what would a negative volume be? Would it be like a historical guide to the Hunter x Hunter universe, something that predates what would be like 1998, 1999 of the Hunter universe in our universe, right? If let's say they were 1-to-1, would let's say a negative volume be like what I said, like a history guide, like 200 years ago, back when there's the 6th chairman of the Hunter Association X, Y, and Z, right? Though I don't think
something like that. Maybe even further back, like the birth of Nen, or like the birth of the Dark Continent, or like the beginnings of this universe, how things came to be.
Christians have Genesis, atheists have the Big Bang Theory. Us, we have the true answer: the birth of Nen. Once Nen and Ara became a thing in the universe, it just created life, and it wasn't like God just like boom, Ara. No. Just Ara just did it naturally through the spirit and life force of everything that was contained in an infinitesimal point. So I think we solved another theory, guys. We've solved the birth of the universe. Really, we solved 2 things in one episode. This is insane.
Or
It's truly
maybe
insane.
this is more
Insane.
like the Antichrist of Hunter x Hunter. It's like anti-Hunter x Hunter. It's like this satanic kind of book, you know? No.
No.
So now I have a question. This says a negative volume, right? If we take a look at what has been written, there's volumes 0 through 36. There is a book for the Phantom Rouge, right? It's basically the Phantom Rouge, but in book form, which is only in Japanese. But what about this idea? What if it's talking about the data book, right? It's not a volume in the sense
Wouldn't they
of
just say
that
data
it
book?
provides a narrative context, like an additional content to the narrative. But what if it's the negative volume is representative of just a guidebook, a data book, right?
Yeah, maybe. I think they would have just said the data book then.
Yeah, but they need to make it
don't know why they would
mysterious
be
for
so-
the Cthulhu tier, the
I
negative
think-
volume. Because remember,
I guess.
who writes? All right, who writes this? Who writes from 1998 to 2012? Right, who does that? And then that's however many volumes. I think that was like 28, 20, 30-ish volumes. Let's just say we'll just round. Who writes that much content in over the span of 10, 13 years, 14 years? Who writes that much and doesn't have a volume 0? Or at least have something precursor to volume 1, right? Because you would have to provide some context, right? Because Kurapika's memories in volume 0 took place before volume 1. Would a reference, I think negative volume could be the data book, or it could be reference to maybe a possible historical book that either Togashi is writing, or it's just like a fan theory or fan made. I think that's my final thoughts on this.
Yeah, it might be a fan made thing. Yeah, I think what I said at the very beginning of this topic would be most likely for this. Yeah, something that just kind of sets up the Hunter universe, or maybe the Hunter Association, a bit of history, stuff like that. Anyway, I reckon we should keep it
I
going.
think it's still the spawn of evil.
I like that.
All right.
Evil Hunter x Hunter. Do I have to put that in the thumbnail as well?
You need to put all of these in the thumbnail. Let's be honest here. They're all too good. All right. Next.
Satan holding the first volume of Hunter x Hunter.
John Freaks holding a Sailor Moon and Hunter x Hunter negative volume with Nanika in the background with saying Nen is real in bright red letters with a
Jeez.
bunch of red circles and red arrows.
Oh god. No.
The artist. All right. Next. Hunter x Hunter was written during the 17th century.
Oh,
Dude,
nice.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that one's a meme.
Yeah, like, I'm not even going to get into... It's so blatantly obvious for even the slow people in the room. Let's just move on. This is just pure meme territory. If Koga says it's a meme, it's clearly a meme.
Let's be charitable for a second. Maybe they're saying like Hunter x Hunter was referenced from something during the 17th century.
Yeah.
So it's obvious that it one-to-one wasn't written in the 17th century because there are societal aspects to Hunter x Hunter that would not have been able to be predicted. Like cell phones is like the most obvious one. But perhaps a lot of these like arc structures, for instance, or like character arcs, maybe even like the magic in Hunter x Hunter was inspired by a work that was written in the 17th century.
I mean, it's possible.
Right, but...
Yeah, and like something written that far back, it would be hard to like verify. Well, it'd be hard to like get a copy of something written that far back. So maybe Togashi has a very unique piece of media from that long ago that he was able to kind of read or decode or whatever.
Right, but...
and he took inspiration from that.
I understand that this is in the Cthulhu
That would
tier.
imply that... yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say that I understand that because it's in the Cthulhu tier, it's written like this, but I don't know why the person that wrote this said it was written. I mean, if it said Hunter x Hunter was referenced a piece of writing during the 17th century, that would be definitely more believable and, less memey, but it's kind of clickbaity.
Yeah, everything in the Iceberg is written like it was written by an 11-year-old, so we just have to kind of deal with it.
Yeah, that's the average fan. That's the average fan now, Koga. Just we're old now.
There's
We've been fans for too long.
Honestly, with
that,
with the TikTok boom, it is true. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I mean there is another thing or part here that is referencing something to the 17th century, but it's still not the next one, but it's the one after that. So maybe there is something.
I see it now.
Yeah.
I'll say it now. Here,
But
actually,
we'll talk about it after.
no, I think that it would just be easier if we just went straight to this one, just so that way it's
jump to it
easier
now.
to connect.
Sure.
So what Gil was just referencing was Voltaire's reference, and for those who don't know, Voltaire was a French
Philosopher.
a French philosopher from the Enlightenment era, who definitely has influence over some modern philosophical thinking and societal thinking. So, now that you've pointed that out, that does make more sense. Though every time I've read or have watched Hunter x Hunter, I've never really explicitly thought of Voltaire.
I don't know his work well enough to really pinpoint the references,
me either.
if there's any. I would you'd need to know his work, Voltaire's work, better to be able to find the references. So I mean, yeah, it's possible. Again, it's possible, but
Maybe this one is for the comments. If there's anyone in the comments who's like a Voltaire specialist,
A Voltaire
let us
extraordinaire.
know. Got that rhyme. All right.
All right, let's move on.
Maybe we should move on.
Okay, next. The Hunter website is on the deep web. So, I mean, if the Hunter website did exist, the Hunter website does actually act in a way that's similar to the deep or dark web, let's be honest.
it's hidden.
Yeah, it
I
seems
guess.
It's hidden.
Seems inspired by.
It can provide certain classified or hard to obtain information. you have to pay a fee and have certain credentials to get in.
Yep.
I think this is a total. Now, if it's if saying, oh yeah, the Hunter website is on the actual deep web, I doubt it. However, if it's referencing how the Hunter website is similar to the deep web, I completely agree with this theory. Now that I think about it,
Maybe we should make it and put it in the deep web.
I mean, that's actually possible. I mean, yeah, definitely. So
My next project.
in the link description, the top comment will be our website to the deep web. Make sure to use Tor so that way you don't have your IP exposed or trafficked on the deep web. It'll be the Silk Road 2. We'll just create the Silk Road 2. Let's go.
Let's
Do you guys know what the Silk Road website was? I'm sure that everybody knows.
That
Yeah,
was for it was like a drug trafficking
Yeah.
thing, wasn't it?
Drugs, illegally obtained weapons, hitmen, human trafficking, etc. Really shitty stuff.
know the game.
Yeah, and then
I'm sorry.
yeah, and it was shut down by the FBI in a few years ago. So, for all those who are too young or just didn't use the internet back then, that's what the Silk Road was. That was the joke. I know that makes it a lot less funny now. Anyway, let's just move on. Komugi's ant extermination task.
Oh.
Now, this implies that Komugi met up with Netero and or part of V6 or the Hunter Association even to discuss a task that she would have in trying to kill Miriam or assist in killing Miriam and the Royal Guard. Do I think this? I doubt it. I don't think this is entirely true. I think that she did play Gungi just because she was the breadwinner of her family. She was beyond talented in it. I think this is not completely true. However, she indirectly had an ant extermination task. She did actually insist in killing Miriam, right? If Miriam didn't grow the humanity that he had in the bond with Komugi, it would be much more difficult, right? Netero would have been killed a lot faster, for example, right?
Yeah.
Miriam would not have been so kind to humanity even before he killed Netero, right? He went from saying like, oh yeah, we're going to kill all humans, we're going to turn them into food, to, oh yeah, we're just going to keep a select few of them as soldiers but eat the rest of them. Then it's just like, oh, we'll eat a few of them but the rest of them will be living in like a ghetto area of, let's say, a city that he would rule, right? Like he would keep the majority of them alive, right? You can see that as grown as the humanity and just the humanity and the emotion of humans grows in him through his time with Komugi. So I think this is already well known, but Komugi was instrumental to the palace evasion, right? The poor man's rose might not even gone off. Well, the poor man's rose will still have gone off.
They would have failed, most likely.
Actually,
I'll say this. If Komugi didn't have so her character, like her emotional arc, the way it ties up at the end makes me believe that like her backstory and her personality were all genuine. If that wasn't the case, this could like, I think this could fit within her character. Like, her being tasked with like entering on the inside and doing what she can to gather information, and then she kind of just played with the cards she was dealt. But it really did seem by the end of her character arc that she was just genuinely, brought in by the ants and whatever.
If let's say,
because like there's some moments where like Netero and Zeno see Meruem holding her and like protecting her, and they could be like, well, shit, we sent her here to like gather info to like help kill you, and you're like caring for them.
It's also
that's kind of awkward for us because you're supposed to be like ants. So there is moments like that could like make sense with this extra bit of information, but yeah, like I said, it doesn't kind of fit by the end of her character arc.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's not that consistent, in my opinion, of a theory.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I like the
I personally
idea,
think we
though.
should just move on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Next. Phantom Troop Symbiotic Hatsu, in parentheses, Tattoo Trigger. I'm pretty sure this is
Oh.
implying
Makes
that
a lot of sense.
this implies that through all of the spider tattoos that all of the Phantom Troop members have, that if they were to, let's say, do some Power Ranger shit, right, they would be able to essentially have a very powerful Hatsu that would, assumingly, based off this theory, called Tattoo Trigger or whatever.
Go Power
Right.
Rangers.
Now,
let's join the tattoos. Yeah.
Now, it would have
Maybe
so
that's why they always travel in groups because they're stronger together or something.
right, but it's also the thing where it's this, right? It was shown by Heaven's Arena, and York knew that Hisoka faked his spider tattoo with texture surprise. Would how would this Hatsu or this Nen ability have an effect with tattoos? Like how would it authorize the authenticity of a tattoo, right? Whether it's, let's say, Hisoka's texture surprise, or what if it's like you have to go to a certain tattoo artist, or what if Crollo does the tattoos himself, right? Like, what if he just he's like, oh, welcome to the Phantom Troop,
100%
Illumi.
a
We're
third
just gonna
party.
write down your book, or we're just gonna write you down your name, sign right here. Oh, great! Now you can do Tattoo Trigger with us. Power Rangers. I doubt it's good. It's that
Yeah.
last thing. And so it does raise
It's
some questions with
100% a third
how
party.
the tattoos would necessarily work, and what would Tattoo Trigger even do, right? What if would it just create would it just let Crollo have all of it, with Hulkenberg's ability, or would it
maybe.
greatly increase the aura of each spider? Like, would
Yeah.
it be distributed evenly among the Nen users, or would it be like an emission attack, enhancement, specialization, manipulation, conjuration, or transmutation? Would it be a mixture of those? It's just like with theorizing, let's say, with new Nen abilities. There are near infinite possibilities.
No.
Yeah, it is near infinite. It's kind of just like a fun one to imagine. I
Yeah.
suppose it ignites the imagination, right?
Right.
Like, for me, I think it's probably for one, I do think that it has a high likelihood of existing. Whether or not it kind of breaks with the whole Hisoka having a fake tattoo thing is, it makes it a little bit shakier, but it's still possible that there's still like a Nen ability in there somewhere, and they just have no way of like authenticating it with people outside of themselves. Like, it could just be like you're in proximity with other members, and then you get like a small buff to your aura or something like that. It could be as simple as that. And I personally think if it's anything, it would be something like that, because they always seem to travel in like pairs or groups, so that they stay together to keep their strength up or whatever.
Crollo was never left alone,
What
except for the time when Judgment
Yeah.
Chain was in effect, and he was looking for a Nen exorcist.
Yeah, he was taken from the group. He was still traveling with the group. Oh yeah, that is true. When his Nen was sealed, but at that point it doesn't really matter because your Nen is sealed.
Right, so
And it's safer with Hika's crazy restrictions, or like rules that he put on Frollo's seal. What else was I gonna say? But yeah, maybe it's a aura boost. Maybe it's like aura communism, where all the auras kind of split between the members. So like, if you're hanging out with Uvo again, you get a bunch of his strength or something.
good thing that
Oh,
bastard is 6 feet under.
Yeah, maybe that was a really, really, really good move for Kurapika. But yeah, it's a pretty fun one. I would love to hear what other people have to say about this. I'm sure there are much more creative Hatsus that you could come up with if you had the time to think about them. But yeah. Do you guys have anything to say, or
I
should
do
we just
not.
move on?
Let us move on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, next. Hunter x Hunter hidden volume, in parentheses, Egypt. This
Now I've looked this one up, and I couldn't find anything.
So- this is not related to Hunter x Hunter, but this reminds me of a theory about a game from a few years ago, right? So, do you guys want me to just like give backstory? Do you just want me to not say it just to save time? Because I can talk about it for a
No,
few minutes.
go ahead.
Oh, so I was just going to say this. So it reminds me of back when Call of Duty Black Ops 3's life cycle, right? Great game, by the way. Great zombies. And since I'm super into the zombies mode, it was back when DLC 3 released, and there were rumors and theories about DLC 4 and where it would take place, right? Because there was like there were coordinates like where the next map would take place. Like DLC 1 was in Austria, then it was Japan, then it was Stalingrad. But the fourth one, it was theorized it was going to take place in Egypt. Granted, it took place nowhere near Egypt. It took place in Agartha, essentially, where the house is, but it just reminds me of that funny theory where it's like, oh yeah, DLC 4 is going to happen in Egypt, guys. We're going to play in the pyramids. Just reminds me of that. But Hidden Volume.
Interesting. Maybe it's got something to do with that one cover where.
The four of them are walking along.
Are in Egypt.
Yeah, I think that was Volume 18, correct? Let me just look that up. Volume 18, Hunter.
Maybe the Chibis.
No, it was not Volume 18. I'm stupid.
I'm not like super clear on all the volumes, but maybe there's like some kind of storyline to the little Chibis. Like maybe they started somewhere and they ended up in Egypt.
It was Volume
and that was,
20.
kind of the
My
final
apologies.
Destination.
I have my own theory.
Oh,
go ahead.
Maybe Hunter x Hunter wasn't written during the 17th century, but instead it was written in the Egyptian times. With hieroglyphs.
Ra,
with
the sun god
hieroglyphs.
himself, wrote it.
And yeah, someone
And maybe
found,
that's why Tagashi is like so obsessed with like characters exploring like ancient ruins and stuff, because Tagashi went and explored like the pyramids, and then he wrote down the entire story of Hunter x Hunter
exactly.
from hieroglyphs.
in hieroglyphs.
Oh, we put it together.
Yeah,
yes,
let's go.
go.
All right. I don't have too much else to say, because
No, me neither.
Volume 20 is, I would not call Volume 20 hidden. Maybe this is referencing, I was originally thinking like, oh yeah, maybe this is like a Shonen Jump release, but it's a volume. It explicitly states a volume, so. And the only reference that we have to Egypt is
Just read it
Volume
from
20.
the pyramid. Or inside of it.
Yeah. All right, let's continue. Next, Nasubi infertility theory. So this is for all of our non-English speakers and younger viewers and people that don't have the best vocabulary or a bit slow. Infertility means you're incapable of having children.
Or a bit slow. Well, he has a lot of kids. Are they?
I mean,
adopted?
yeah, the
Are
guy
they
doesn't
created
seem
through
very
inability?
infertile.
Yes. Nasubi has a lot of queens and concubines. So
I'm gonna look this one up.
the likelihood of having 14 kids and all of them being adopted, I seriously doubt it. Is there even any evidence to point to him being infertile? Like, I don't
Everything
remember
points
anything in the
to the
manga saying like, oh
contrary.
yeah, my
There's
dad might be
evidence to the
infertile.
contrary.
What?
It does.
There's evidence for the contrary.
Like his Nen Beast and...
Oh my god.
Yeah.
His Nen Beast looks the way it does, so that way he can actually get his queens pregnant.
Ew, ooh, god. Imagine. I mean, they would know though, right? Like, Oito would be like freaking scarred. I feel like it would have been hinted at.
But then again, right? The queens wouldn't have seen the Nen Beast, right? Before the Succession War. So what if, right? If you really want to get gross in this theory, right? They were doing the do, and then it was secretly the Nen Beast doing it all along.
Maybe, yeah.
Monka. That's a real Monka moment.
There is a way. But he would have had to do that specifically, like, what, 16 times? There's the 14 princes and then the bastard princes, so...
No, it was the reason why the Nen Beast has so many titties is that part of it's for just titties, and then the other one is for fertility reasons.
Fertility reasons.
Hey, you want me to fucking say, oh yeah, the Nen Beast fucked the queens? No, I think you just
It's
want to say
okay,
it's
man.
for
I
fertility
understand.
reasons.
I think the real theory here is Nasubi is a monster cuck.
Ooh.
Could be.
Where's my boy Tyrone at?
Bruh. Okay, let's
All right,
move
let's
on.
move on. That took a weird turn with this theory. All right, back on track. All right, next. Zoldyck power system, quote unquote, Nen adjacent. So this is implying that the Zoldyck family has their own power system that is similar to Nen,
Oh yeah.
but isn't exactly Nen.
I like that. Yeah, with the
Yeah, I was
sidestepping
thinking,
or-
like, didn't we talk about this? But it was
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
it was an earlier topic
Yeah.
with, like, I think that the previous topic was, what was
I
it?
forgot, but
Not be
Hereditary Nen.
no.
or,
I
like,
thought it was
Nen
immune,
schools
like
or
immunity
something
to
like that.
poison, like not immune to all poisons or whatever.
No, it wasn't that.
Oh, okay.
It I know what you're talking about. I can see it, but it was like hereditary Nen, like Nen passed through.
Oh, yeah,
generations, or, like,
yeah.
schools of Nen.
I initially thought when you were saying like you talked about this, I thought
so-
you were referencing, let's say, like the white hair, black hair, Zoldyck theory. Okay, yeah, white
Right,
hair is
right.
transmuter, black hair is manipulator.
but yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
it does seem like there's some kind of, like, secondary weird, like, I don't know if you want to call it a power system or, like, a weird technique that exists in this universe, like, that seem to be non-Nen or, like, Nen adjacent.
right. Because-
so, like, yeah, I guess, question mark.
With the Zoldyck family members, we don't even know the majority of the family's Nen types, right? So we know Killua is obviously a transmuter. Kaluto is
she?
a manipulator. Aluka's not a Nen user. Nanika doesn't count. Illumi is a manipulator. Maluki is unknown, even though it is most likely manipulator. Kikyo, we have no idea what it would be.
Okay.
Silva's never been confirmed. Zeno is transmuter with his
Question
dragon
mark
technique.
also,
Yep.
because
Maha is unknown. Zig Zoldyck is unknown.
I mean, even Silva is.
Yeah, I've never seen
You could say
another
he's
Nen ability that's
transmuter,
like those
we don't
aura
really know.
balls. Right? The aura balls, at least in the 2011 anime, right? And maybe even somewhat in the manga, but definitely in the 2011 anime, the aura balls looked like something that wouldn't be found in Hunter x Hunter, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't...
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like, the aura balls, it reminds me of something like fucking Beyblades, right? Right?
Rasengan.
I watched that show when I was very, very, very young, and it just gave me, like, let's say with the coloring and just the overall, like, output and the effect of it, it seemed like it wasn't Nen, if you know what I mean. Right? It wasn't a
I
code
see what you're getting at.
Yeah, exactly, right? You don't really see aura balls being thrown, right? Right? You might be thinking, oh yeah, Razor's dodgeball, right? But the dodgeball had like another material to grapple it on. The aura wasn't just, it was attached to the actual dodgeball. Silva's aura balls it seemed like it was just plain aura, just plain energy, right?
Yeah, it did seem like it was aura.
So
I thought you were saying, like, just like on an aesthetic level, like it seemed like it was from some generic, like, anime or something. But I kind of see what you're saying now. Like, it could just be an adjacent power,
right.
Which I don't think his aurables would be that. I would more so point towards, like, the techniques Killua could use before he knew how to use Nen.
Like Rhythm Echo?
Yeah, rhythm echo and like the claw thing.
right.
So
Maybe. I'm a bit more hesitant with, let's say, with like him being able to turn his hand into a very sharp claw-like hand. And rhythm echo, maybe. I mean, rhythm echo is definitely more believable than the claw hand, but it's really just. I mean, my final thoughts, because I'm stuttering at this point. Zoldyck, it's like Zoldyck family having their own separate quote unquote power system that's net adjacent. Maybe, like I
Yeah,
can
I
see it
like the
happening.
idea. It's
Do I think it's
yeah,
true? Not necessarily. And so that way, I'm not just endlessly having dead space in the episode. I
it's
think that's my final
interesting
thoughts.
maybe to think that maybe they're channeling aura in a different way to the like the Shingen Ryu school or whatever techniques, because they.
yeah, you know what I think it
Mhm.
is. Sorry to totally cut you off. You can keep going.
Well, yeah, I just had to say that, yeah, like about the schools things, like, and then that, yeah, you have the Zoldyck
Yeah,
school and you have the Shingenryu school, so they use aura differently, basically.
yeah, it could totally be that. There's also characters like Hanzo who are looking
Oh
for like
yeah,
secret ninja
yeah, Hans
scrolls.
also. Yeah,
So what I think it is there people have figured out ways to kind of make Nen techniques accessible to people who can't like use
yeah,
Nen.
exactly.
And they've like appeared in different ways. So like the Zoldyck family has a bunch of assassin
Yeah,
techniques. Hanzo's looking for like this ninja scroll who I'm assuming that has like a bunch of ninja techniques or whatever. But in reality, these are just techniques that Nen techniques that are able to be passed on to multiple people without them having to learn Nen. I think yeah, and then it's just like a bunch of Nen users in the past who figured out how to do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And yeah, that's what I think it is.
Very possible. Yeah,
And yeah, they figured out how to make Nen kind of hereditary, Nen abilities hereditary without people necessarily learning Nen. Um,
yeah.
yeah. So anyway, I'm ready to move on.
All right.
Yes.
Like that. Well, I'm just gonna finish by saying that's the only way I can see these techniques existing in the Hunter universe in the way that they currently
Yeah,
do. Like otherwise, they're way too like unexplained to just be like, I'm not satisfied as a reader seeing those unexplained and then seeing Nen next to
yeah,
them. Like it's just like what these just seem like random like shonen
yeah.
abilities. Why are these
It
here?
has to come
So
from the aura
yeah,
at least. Something.
yeah, in some
Yeah.
way, yeah. Anyways, yeah, let's keep it rolling.
All right. Next, Canary Volition.
Um,
For those who don't know, volition is like the faculty or power of using one's will. That's essentially what it means. Basically,
So
someone listening to their own will. Someone being an individual, you could say. So this could be referencing how Canary listened to her heart in helping Killua, and then Kikyo shot her in the head when when Killua was in self isolation after the Hunter exam. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's how Canary was helping Killua and Aloka escape the Zoldyck family, so that way Nani can go heal Gong. It could, and just her overall allegiance towards Killua than, let's say, the other butlers in Kikyo. I think that's what it is.
no.
yeah, it could be something like that. Maybe it's hinting at like maybe the butlers having some kind of like restriction, whether it's like Nen or like a covenant or just something that forces them um to favor like the will of the head of the Zoldycks, whether that's Silva or whoever's giving the orders at that time. Um, Maybe it's something like that, and then she somehow like gets through that. Like, otherwise, like I don't know why this is here. Like, I'm trying to think of ways that this is interesting enough to be this far down on the iceberg. Like what implications does this have? Like maybe, and then I tried to just explain it, but I just can't figure out why this is here.
Yeah, I don't understand it really.
I don't have anything else to say.
Really have anything to say about it.
Yeah, me neither.
All right. Next. Oh, I think we actually talked about it this idea somewhat. Retro-fascist
Really?
idealism. I mean, obviously the
You
thumbnail
know,
to the last mission review says it all.
Yeah.
And even though it's non-canon, there are definitely
the only
elements.
reason why we made that thumbnail though is because I think back then we first discovered the iceberg and we were reading through it and laughing at some of the funny ones. And this is one that stood out to us as a big meme, and that's why we talked about it in that episode. We weren't like the people who came up with this, so we won't take credit for that.
No. I just
But
remember you
we
made a
did
funny
talk
thumbnail
about this.
it.
So I'm I'd be happy to skip. You guys can go watch episode 7, I believe. It might have been an earlier one.
I think it was episode 8, I think, if I remember correctly.
It's hard to miss the thumbnail. at
Yeah,
least.
it's really hard to miss now that I think about it. Yeah. Yeah, it was actually
It's
no, it was
episode
episode 8. Episode 7 was when we were reading some fan comments. We pushed everything back an episode so you can get that one in. So it was episode 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll probably also leave a card for it in the video for all of our beloved viewers. Anyways, I think we should just move on like what you said,
Yep,
Koga.
that's that.
All right. Next.
Yep.
Nen-induced gigantism. So now, this is implying that Nen in Ara is the reason why some people are just 8-foot giants like Uvugin or Franklin
Yeah, why not?
or Hisoka.
Maybe.
Though I doubt it. I don't know. Hey, Hisoka is over 6 feet tall.
Giant in another way.
Oh, shut the you bastard. Mind you, this is the same guy that said politics. He said politics. It's the exact same guy that's saying this. Why am I not surprised? I have to be the serious one right here. No funnies
I am
allowed.
stupid.
Yeah, but Nen Aura enhancement specifically is shown to that it can improve, like boost the growth of living organisms, as shown with, let's say, with Bill and his ability, and his enhancement ability, on how it greatly increases the growth and development of plants. So, I personally think, I mean, is this possible? Technically, yes. Have we seen an example of this? Most likely not.
The
So,
Dark Continent, perhaps.
so
I'm not kidding. Like, if the Dark Continent has something to do with like some crazy intertwined Nen that's feeding off of like humanity or like some ancient
how
source of Nen or whatever.
Do we know
and that's
how-
why everything's huge.
sorry. Do we know how tall Brion is? Most likely, I don't think we do.
I'm pretty sure it's just infected a normal human body. So like what the average human height is.
I don't think Brion is a disease. Zobe is the disease. Pap is also, I'm pretty sure, like a near type of disease. Brion is a separate type of entity. Brion,
Brion is the sphere that attaches to a human head.
I thought Brion they're from a labyrinth city. The Brions defend a labyrinth city near Lake Mobius. I thought that that they were beings that were from the Dark Continent. Like I don't think they were like a type of, let's say, disease or like, parasite. I thought they were their own type of entity.
They're shown to be like on a human body. It could be that they are just like
They're just humanoid in nature. Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I thought.
humanoid. Maybe. I thought it was like because it was a botanical weapon. It like infected the human body, and then like it like grew the sphere on the human head. I think we see a body where like the stomach has been burst open by something, so maybe it like grows something on the head, and then something gets born from inside the body, like in Alien.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alien.
Or like something attaches to the head. Like we talked about this before. But there's a bunch of ways you can interpret this. I don't think it's like anything is really set in stone.
I think that there's just
from what we've seen, it's just like the sphere head.
But you know what? From it not being confirmed yet, we can have these interesting conversations about it, Coca. That's the beauty of it.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Poggers.
Wow.
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 Anyway,
right.
are we done with the?
Yeah,
the
I think we really
gigantism?
are. All right, this is gonna be a mouthful to pronounce. All right, next, Alcophoresia Symphony. Do you guys know what Alcophoresia is?
So I was Googling this.
No.
The only thing that came, and it's not alcoprophagia, it's coprophagia, which is eating, the act of eating feces.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
And that's the only thing that came when I Googled
Who eats their
this.
shits?
So, yeah,
Okay,
basically eating shit.
Yummy.
Symphony.
Hold on.
I'm not sure
I have
if
no
this
idea.
is really...
What?
if it's really this, but...
Alcophoresia. I'm gonna throw this into translate. Nothing. It says it's English.
Alcoprophagia.
Actually, I'll just throw in Alcophoresia, not symphony, but just no results.
Yeah, I didn't get any results, and the only results I got was like coprophagia, so which is eating shit basically.
So when you say
That's
eat
disgusting.
shit, insert random person, just say Alcophoresia Symphony.
I don't
All
want
right,
to
but
think about
now
it.
think about like the different types of like symphonies, requiems. Like there's a lot of OSTs that involve a symphony, for example. There's, let's say, requiems in the show. Let's say the requiem for Uvugin after he was killed in the attack on Yorkshin,
Yeah.
right?
There's Melody's whole thing with
Right.
the devils,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
maybe it's something to do with that.
yeah. I don't think it's not that though. I know for the sonnet of the Devil's Sonnet. I'm pretty sure it's called. If not, correct me. It's something like that. I wrote about it.
Sonnet of Darkness.
Yeah. Wait, why didn't I just look up? It's in the Iceberg. Yeah, the Sonnet of Darkness. Yeah, I'm fucking. It's in the normie tier. Oh my god, I'm a normie now.
Oh no,
I've been demoted. I'm sorry, gents, fans, all 67, 68, 70, 69 nice of you. I apologize for failing you.
But yeah,
I am sorry for my fellow 4-star podcast hunters, and I think we should just move on. This is starting to get a bit ridiculous.
I mean, if someone
I think
knows
everybody accepts
something
you.
about alcoprophagia, they should put it.
Someone
in the
knows. Someone's experienced with eating their own shit. Think about that for a second. That's fucking gross.
I
Like,
mean,
who does that?
that's one thing,
Who?
but I don't know if alcoprophagia is actually that. If that actually means the
Yeah,
same
but
thing. So
it's funny when I say it like that. All right. So that is true though. So no results. The only thing close to is what Gil said, eating shit. Let's just move.
yeah.
All right. Next, V5/V6 V5's Vault number 3. Now, is this like a Fallout reference? Like, oh yeah, Vault 3 for Vault Tech was pretty shit. V5's Vault number 3. Now, do you guys know what the V5 vaults are?
If I had to guess, it would be like the
In the labs?
the containment facilities for
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I would
calamities
also
that they
think that. Now, this references the third one, right? Is this referencing like one where maybe there's just been like survivors of Dark Continent expeditions,
Maybe.
right? Like
Third
the
calamity?
the survivors that ones that encounter calamities, right? The
Yeah.
ones that encounter Eyes, Breons, Hellbells, Paps, Zobes. Sorry for hitting my microphone there. I'm sorry.
I'm guessing this is like, so there's been like a panel where we see some of like the vaults or the containment facilities, and then one of them has something worth questioning in it. So maybe like I remember there being like one that holds the guy with the Zobé disease.
Oh, God.
There's a bunch of them that hold like the twisted bodies from Eye or Nanaka victims.
Oh, I remember that.
I think there might have been one where the stomach was burst open and the head was missing, and I'm guessing that was the Brion one. Like the Brion
No.
grew on the head or like attached to the head, and then something grew inside the body and then burst out.
Good guess.
That's where I was getting like my own explanation for the Brion thing from. And I think maybe that it could be that's what this is talking about. Like I'm just trying to speak from memory, and those are like the only ones that are coming
Right.
up. Like I would have to go find the panel if I wanted to talk further
I
on
could-
this.
Great Calamity victims.
I mean, we could look it up.
yeah,
yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Were you able to find anything?
Yeah, no,
All right, yeah. We'll just
I was not.
we'll just cut out that very long silence we had. Let's just move on. Yeah, the power of editing. All right.
Yeah.
Next,
Huzzah.
Guess we move on.
Yeah.
Next.
sentient Blinky. Now, this is implying that Blinky, Shizuku's conjured vacuum, has a mind of its own,
Yeah.
or is conscious of its existence.
It's because she talks to it and gives it commands instead of just like using the ability herself.
Yeah, just turning it on.
and it makes
True.
little noises when she talks to it.
Right.
I think it's possible. I think we did the episode on the Nen beasts. So
yeah,
yeah.
it could just be a Nen beast. I'm not sure if it means it's sentient.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we did talk about
Yeah.
Blinky on our
Did
Nen
we?
Beast tier lists.
Did we?
Nen Beast
Okay.
review.
Oh,
Yeah, of course.
I
It was
didn't
part.
remember,
It
but-
was part 1. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
but yeah,
Another card for it.
yeah, I mean, why not? It's interesting. Like, if you look at Kite's clown, it's clearly sentient in some way, but so why not Blinky also? I mean,
Right. So
but
I think a more interesting question would be: are Nen beasts sentient?
yeah,
depends on the Nen Beast. Personally.
yeah,
Yeah, it seems some Nen beasts are sentient.
yeah.
Like,
It could seem they are,
I would-
but yeah, what's the truth actually? Yeah. Are they just programmed to
Yeah,
say
I
certain
would-
things?
Yeah, like I would guess they're more of like an AI which kind of follow a script.
But yeah, that
Or maybe like they use like the user's brain to calculate things, so it's like the user's personality just through the Nen beast.
I like to believe they're
I would guess it's something like
sentient.
that.
They are like, yeah, they come from the user's aura. Or
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah.
'Cause
We'd have
it
to.
would imply if they
Huh?
if they ran like an AI, it would imply that the user would have to kind of
Yeah,
program it.
exactly.
So if they didn't plan for that, it would have to come from somewhere, and that would be the user's subconscious or like just the user's
And I
brain
very
or
much
whatever.
doubt that
So,
everyone is like programming them.
Right, but what if
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
say someone created a sentient Nen Beast that say was a different side of their personality. Let's say there's like a person that was just like usually like very chill, just very not very serious about
Right.
much, and then their Nen Beast was like not even the complete opposite,
Not
just like
even opposite, but
more
yeah, it's
serious leaning. Could be
very,
something like that.
very easygoing, very.
Yeah, sounds like Kite.
Right. But I wouldn't say that the clown was sentient. Or
mean,
it depends
yeah,
on
it's
how
hard to
you
tell.
would define
He
sentient.
makes funny comments.
Yeah, he makes funny comments and he can react to situations pretty human-like. So it's.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, maybe we'll
Yeah.
have to see him talk.
We'd have to define what is aura and like what are Nen beasts like. Yeah,
What are Nen Beasts?
if we really want to get into it, I mean, we'd really
Yeah,
have to
Nen
go
Beasts-
deep.
Defining Nenbeast is always an interesting conversation to get into.
Yeah.
Always fun. All right. Let's actually move on before we get into that black hole.
Let's.
All right, next. Gonsan's left foot, in parentheses, singularity. So if we take this surface
I've looked
level.
this one up previously. I have no idea.
So this is implying that Gonsan's left foot was a singularity when just absolutely nuking Neferpito. Now a singularity, it's how the singularity acts, right? Because a singularity can, let's say, cause so much damage, like compared to even, let's say, Gonsan's final Jejunkin, right? That might have had like the power of a small nuke. A singularity can have the power of thousands times that, right? It could, let's say, even turn into a black hole, like what we talked about like so many episodes ago. Oh my god, the plugs, right? But back on topic. I don't really think I don't think there's too much about it. I think this is more of a meme theory. Comment. Meme review with Koga
I would
and
guess
Gil.
so as well. I would guess that this was put on here because somebody did like a crazy calculation for what it would take to launch Pito that high into the sky. When he freaking like booted her up, or them up, however you want to say it, but or whatever you believe.
Yeah,
listen. At this point, I forget if it's a he or a her or a them.
So nowadays,
cut me some slack.
people have found a Reddit thread that's basically went over all of the manga and anime like directory insight and speculation about Pito's gender, and guess what it confirmed as? It's unknown. So basically, everybody that's assuming, Pito is a he or Pito is male. That isn't technically correct. Yes, they have technically used male pronouns in the past, male-ish, of course, but it's unconfirmed, and it's basically just absolute like 5-head mentality, right? Really, I'll just say this one more time. The argument about Pito's gender is fucking stupid. All right, it's completely overblown, right? Call Pito a she, a them, a he. It really doesn't fucking matter. It's a dead chimera ant cat
person
like mix. All right, like you're taking this shit way too seriously.
Listen, that's somebody's waifu you talking shit about.
Hey, but you know what? The people that actually like her as a waifu are the ones that are calling her female. All right. So
yes,
it's really just like
I'm guessing the people who argue that vehemently that Pito is female are the people who have Pito as their waifu, and it would make it really weird if their waifu wasn't female.
Right.
That's why they argue it.
But it's also the thing where it's like
which is really funny to think about.
The director of the 2011 anime stated that he personally thought that Pito was more feminine, and so in the directing the Chimera Ant arc and with, let's say, the animation of it, etc., he decided to have Pito have more feminine. So, like her having, let's say, like breasts, right? Like more noticeable breasts than, let's say, in the manga. Because he thought, Pito is more feminine than masculine. And so to make it maybe a little bit less ambiguous, her physique, Pito's physique is definitely more leaning towards feminine in the anime. In the manga, it's like what I said, it's unconfirmed. It will not be confirmed. Just say whatever pronouns you want. Like, who gives a shit?
This would be the perfect interview question for Togashi.
Yes, right. When we actually are able, when the three of us go to Japan, right? And you know what? Chapter 391 just released, right? There's a huge, news crew, right? And then us, the podcast hunters, right? The only active Hunter x Hunter podcast on the internet.
Yep.
We say, Mr. Togashi, or we would have a translator say this because he doesn't speak very good English. There's been so much online debate and arguments over the character of Neferpito and their gender. What would you describe Neferpito as?
Nani wa Pito gender.
Yeah, I would love to hear it straight from Togashi.
He'll probably say that's very interesting, then move on to the next question because it's so stupid. Togashi's too much of a troll to answer that.
True.
Yeah, he leaves it ambiguous. He's the one fueling all the debates online, in fact.
Exactly.
He's trolling everyone.
Right. So final.
Anyway,
yeah.
let's quickly move
Yeah,
on.
let's move on. All right, next. WSJ pyramid scheme. And for those who are a bit slow or just don't know in general, I can't fucking say that. All right, back on topic. It stands for Wall
For
Street
you
Journal.
dumb idiot bitches.
Yeah, you idiots. You degenerates. Degenerates like you belong on a cross. You want me to make that Caesar's Legion reference? Yeah, exactly. I'm cool. So next. Yeah. So Wall Street Journal pyramid scheme. What does the Wall Street Journal have to do with Hunter? I didn't know we were talking about
Weekly
PewDiePie all of a sudden.
Stop trolling. Stop.
You know what
Oh
it
my
is?
goodness.
Togashi was secret. Togashi paid was on the PUBG bridge where the PewDiePie incident went down. That's what happened. But is this just like exposing the Wall Street Journal for what it is? A dying a dying media company?
Stop.
I'm just shooting shots.
Stop.
I'm just taking my shots, Koga. And I don't miss. You know it's true. They have to
I
write
think
all those,
this-
sensationalist media hit pieces on YouTube and social
No.
media to gain. Stop what?
Enough.
Enough. You're just
Enough of this BS. We're already 10 minutes over an hour. We stop. Okay. Just real quick. I think this might be referencing the brutal structure in which the Weekly Shonen Jump is set up with. So its creators work to hell, and then the magazine pays them for their pages, but they hardly get anything in comparison to the company that runs them.
Oh yeah.
If I had to just guess, it'd be maybe that. I've not heard of any Weekly Shonen Jump pyramid scheme.
right. Unconfirmed, by the way.
Whatsoever.
Please
Yeah.
don't sue us.
And then maybe this is on the Hunter Iceberg because Togashi is like so vehemently against like the work schedule for manga, just like with the way that he well, I mean, would he really be against it if his health was proper? Like, yeah, I don't know if he's actually against it.
yeah.
But,
I mean, it could just be that
so
it's working long hours there. It's just like the cultural norm in Japan usually. So I don't
Yeah.
know if he would be totally against it, but it's what you said, right? His health has obviously declined since the starting Yu Yu Hakusho. So, yeah.
Yeah.
it's I don't know. It's just like structured like most businesses that I'm aware of. So I don't really know what this is getting at.
Yeah. Plus the Japanese work
pyramid
culture
scheme.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I was saying probably doesn't really apply to this because a pyramid scheme implies like it's like there's some kind of unsustainable structure to the company, right? Like people keep getting invited in because being a part of the structure has in quotation marks so many benefits for the people who join, and then it's structured in a way that it keeps getting people to join underneath those people. And then it eventually reaches a point where the structure becomes unsustainable and like it just falls apart basically. And I don't think a Wall Street Journal is structured like this. So, yeah, I have no idea what this could be referring to. Anyway, let's keep going.
Let's roll.
All right, next. Hiatus chart subliminal messages.
It's a good meme.
Yeah.
I like this one. Everybody, I invite you to meditate upon the hiatus chart. Breathe deeply.
Shout out
in
to
8 seconds.
I mean, shout out to Renz who made
8
it
seconds.
also. He made the
Gaze upon it.
Huh? Sorry, I cut you off there.
See it in your mind. Close your eyes. See it in your mind. and let it speak to you. What is the hiatus chart saying to you? That is what I want the viewers to do. That's how we unlock the subliminal message of the
We
hiatus
need a
chart.
sine
Anyway,
wave
sorry
also ticking at us.
Yeah.
We could try making
Brain
a
scanners.
song with the hiatus days.
Yeah. All right. Who will be the vocalists? Actually, to finish this off, to finish off this Chronicles, we must end with a beautiful original piece of music of our own. That'll be the last thing. We'll just
generated via the hiatus chart. That's genius.
Podcast Hunter, Hunter music.
We should see what
It plays the Symphony of Darkness, Monka.
Oh, Monka. Yeah.
Anyway,
this is just soy
This
Wojak.
is just a meme.
This wasn't just a soy Wojak one. I'll be honest. All right.
I mean, listen, the message could be incomplete. He's still running the series and taking hiatuses, so who knows what the chart could mean.
Right.
Maybe he's still like developing it, and we still need to develop a language around it. So, who freaking
You know what?
knows?
No, actually, it's in the Hunter x Hunter alphabet, so we just have to translate the Hunter x Hunter alphabet into the English language. See, we just solved it again. 4 things
it
we
could be
solved.
as simple as that.
Yeah, we just solved 4 things.
I mean,
in one episode.
If it was that, I feel like somebody would have figured it out by now, though, because there would be parts of it that would be readable.
All right.
Well, actually, no, that's not true. It could be a part of it, and there could be another element to it that's not figured out yet. But anyway, let's keep moving.
All right. Next, Junji Ito, Arrow to Hunter x Hunter timeline. So he's anybody that doesn't know Mr. Ito, he's a Japanese horror mangaka, and I know because I just looked him up.
Yeah, for our smooth brains in the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, infamous
anybody
horror
that's slow.
manga artist. If you want my Junji Ito hot take, his stories are not that good at all. In fact, they're quite goofy, but his art is incredible. Yeah, I have a collection of his short stories, and they're not scary at all. They're just very goofy. Anyway, yeah, I have no idea what this could be referring to. So, any Junji Ito fans, I'm sure I just like enraged you beyond
Mortal comprehension.
some point of comprehension. Yeah. But if you know what this is talking about, leave it in the comments, and I'll leave that to the Junji Ito fans. Let's keep going.
All right. Next, Campbell's monomyth deconstruction.
What the hell?
So I'm pretty sure, is Campbell's monomyth the hero's journey?
What is this?
I'm looking this up right now.
Yeah, it's the guy who structured the hero's journey, which
Oh,
is
yes.
a writing technique for writing like protagonists
Okay.
Oh, okay.
or very very popular writing structure.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is just implying that it's that
Deconstruction.
Hunt is some kind of deconstruction.
Yeah, it's just the hero's journey.
I've seen. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've seen. I know somebody who was really into writing, and was doing a bunch of like, what would you say? Not really reviews,
Analysis?
but analysis. Thank you. That's exactly the word I was looking for. You would probably remember them if I mentioned them, Gil, but I won't mention their name for the sake of privacy.
Okay.
They were really into writing. They were really into Hunter x Hunter analysis, and their argument was that Hunter x Hunter actually fits into the hero's journey quite succinctly.
Okay.
Like it fits in very well. So I'm not sure if this is a deconstruction or something that would fit directly into the hero's journey. I would need to kind of discover that for myself. It'd be a pretty high research topic.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, for sure. It would take some time.
But
yeah.
If anybody's really interested or like knows a lot about the hero's journey and would like to talk about that in the comments, please go ahead. I would love to read it.
We all would
I
love to
love
read
that
it.
stuff. So yeah.
We all love us a good analysis.
Yeah, we could even do an episode on it
Yeah.
if we end up gathering enough information.
Right.
True.
But yeah, let's keep it rolling.
Next, Poof's human memories. Poof did not show to have any human memories.
Yeah, I can't remember Poof having any human memories. Neither could I remember Pito or
Yuppie.
Yep.
or yeah, thank you, Yuppie. I was about to say Super Meat Boy, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they don't seem to.
I have no idea what this could be referring to.
No.
I think it's just
there might be some kind of theme with the Royal Guard with like self-expression, like or like arts. So Poof with music and Pito with dance. I'm not sure what Super Meat Boys would be, but
I think this relates more to just how
I have no idea what this is.
I think this relates more to just how cursed of a character Poof is, how twisted he is in his ideals. So I think that it's implying that if we knew of Poof's human theories, it might be highly disturbing.
Yeah, but this is saying memories as a very specific. It's specifically worded.
His memories.
Maybe maybe he has some very specific human memory. Like maybe he has like inner monologues or like dialogue that could point to maybe being about his human memory, but I don't remember.
Neither do I. Neither in the manga
really.
or anime. There's nothing. Gil, do you have anything else to add?
Anyway.
Not really.
All right. Yeah, I think we should just move on to the last and final theory of the Cthulhu tier. Next, Togashi Weekly Shonen Jump, or WSJ, contract details in parentheses, dangerous. So this is talking about Togashi's deal with Weekly Shonen Jump.
We don't want to know.
Do not search this.
I guess
What
we
do you
don't
mean?
want to know.
Like, are you saying this is like a bit, or like are you being legitimate?
I'm saying it is a bit.
All right.
I don't know why this would be dangerous.
Yeah, obviously it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably just referencing how he's able to go on so many hiatuses and for such a long period of time
Probably.
as well.
Yep.
Another hiatus meme. Disappointed. I'm disappointed that we ended with that. It could have been a lot better.
Or is it because it's dangerous? It's causing him all of those pain issues, his back pain issues.
Oh.
Is there something secret going behind?
Well, I don't know. It seems like whatever deal he's cut with them right now is a very flexible one in comparison to other
Yeah,
vendors, so
yeah. I was going the meme route, but yeah, if we're
yeah.
if we're speaking truth, yeah, it's pretty flexible to be honest. But I mean, they want him obviously because it's Togashi, so he can do whatever he wants, and Shonen Jump, they're gonna be like, yeah, please, write for us. I mean, draw for us. Yeah, we'll take you anytime, bro.
Yeah, it's Togashi. How can you just not?
Exactly.
It's the real question. All right.
Maybe they're like, if you don't draw for us, we will freaking murder you and everyone you love. They're like a freaking Yakuza.
Yeah, maybe.
They're a yandere.
The pyramid scheme.
And that's why he memes them as gang leaders.
Oh, no. He memes Shueisha.
Right. Well, oh, wait. Is Weekly Shonen Jump under Shueisha?
I thought that
so.
Shueisha and Shonen Jump work together, but I don't think they're...
Maybe, yeah, they're the publisher, right?
Yeah. No, Weekly Shonen Jump is a publisher. Shueisha is also a different publisher.
No, the company for Weekly Shonen Jump is Shueisha.
Yeah.
Oh.
Weekly Shonen Jump is the magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess, yeah, that works. I guess, yeah, that makes sense then.
Bruh, he's trying to tell us.
He's
They have him they're holding him against his will. Oh my god.
somebody needs to just get over there and free Togashi. Hashtag free Togashi.
Hashtag free Tagashi.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Well, that one's
That was a
I
certain.
don't know. Is this a meme? That's kind of crazy.
I think
Yeah.
that there's a bit of truth to it.
There is some truth.
I honestly,
Yeah.
there's like a weird amount of truth to it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they would let him get away with it, but like it's kind of scary to think about. Like, it's like hint, guys. These guys are like freaking
Or
Remember, the
a crazy gang.
best
Or maybe,
lies are
like-
the ones that have truth mixed into them.
right. I mean,
Perhaps.
maybe it's like, oh yeah, if you don't follow this contract, just like every other business, we'll sue you into the ground. We will take everything that you've ever possessed in your life. You know what? I'm gonna take your couch. I'm gonna take your Dragon Quest 2. I'm gonna take your wife and your kids. I'm gonna.
Not the Dragon Quest. Okay, I'll do it. I'll write your manga. All right.
Yep.
With that, I think we should end the episode.
Yes, I think that would be
We're
best
about to hit
for-
an hour and a half.
Hey, you know what? We
Thank
didn't
you
do
so
2
much
hours.
for watching, everyone.
Um,
We didn't do 2 hours. We're doing
yeah,
better.
we're doing great. We're doing great. The next episode should be rather short, though. That is if we don't have anything else, because
Yeah.
this last tier is going to be interesting, to say the least. It's the most insane tier, but we'll cover that next week, of course.
Some juicy memes. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked this video, make sure to like and sub and all that good stuff. Share it with your friends or your Hunter Chad friends.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, this podcast is like the place to be, yo. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.
Kudos.